Hi, mommies. This is Tanya, Noor's mom. So, today I'm going to be speaking about how to have a healthy pregnancy. I'm going to be speaking about three aspects of pregnancy that will help you, deliver very peacefully and also plan for ahead. I'm going to be talking about diet, exercise, and planning for your baby. Let's start with the diet first. Now, a lot of you have asked me, what should we eat, what should we not eat. So before I get into that, I want to you all to know that when you're pregnant, there's nothing special that you need to do. You just need to eat healthy in a way that you're eating all the five major groups. So you're eating carbs, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So all these five things you're eating in a good balance. This is what you need, and you need good home cooked food. So, what is the most important thing? I would say you need to eat a lot of protein, very heavy protein rich diet. Because what happens is that protein is the element that helps builds your baby's bones, helps the baby grow. So, if you're deficient in your protein intake, at the end, during the third trimester, you'll have problems with the baby's weight increasing. So the doctor will then give you supplements and will ask you to have a protein shake, because it's the protein that's going to actually make the baby grow. Hence, it's very important that you have a protein rich diet right from the start, right from your first trimester onwards. So when I say protein, you can have eggs, fish, chicken, meat, lean meat. You can have milk, dahi, cheese, yogurt, tofu. For vegetarians, there is paneer, tofu, cheese, all dairy products, and pulses, uh, legumes like rajma, chole, lobia, chana. All of these are very high in protein. So please ensure that you're having a protein rich diet right from the start in order to avoid having any protein supplements or protein shakes later on, because they don't taste very good, and with pregnancy your taste buds are anyways very aversive. So I suggest you to take care of this particular factor. uh, Now, second, let's come to the carbohydrate. So in carbohydrate, you can eat anything which is healthy carbohydrate. Have your roti, have your chawal, have fruits, have vegetables, but avoid maida and pastas and maggies and noodles, because I know that pregnancy has its cravings, but these days I think people, even if they don't get cravings, they find pregnancy as an excuse to eat all junk. But do remember that eating all this junk is just increasing your weight. It is doing nothing to the baby at all. So if you're thinking that you had a nice chola bhatura, I'm sorry, but your baby just got the chola's protein and fiber. That's all. Everything else has been deposited on your body. Same goes with cakes and pastries and all those ice creams. They might look very attractive, but they're not very healthy for you. Once in a while, it's okay, but just to take this as an excuse to eat junk is not right. So I would suggest, please make sure that you're eating normal ghar ka khana, and not those ordered pizzas and pastas or any other thing which is refined. Now, when I say fats are oils, ghee, nuts. So now there's a tendency in Indian culture to load up on paranthas when you're pregnant for some reason. So paranthas are not bad. They are a combination of roti and sabzi in a way, like aloo and atta. But you don't have to load them up with ghee or oil, right? So I used to like parantha a lot during my pregnancy, and I used to have like an oilless aloo ka parantha, because aloo is boiled, and I just used to put the parantha on the tawa and just dry roast it without putting any oil. So it used to be as tasty, you know. Or if you really don't like that dry kind of taste, then you can probably add some ghee on it, but a little ghee. You don't need to load up on all of this, okay? Eating eating things full of ghee or oil is not going to help your baby in any way right now. It might help later, ghee might help later, but right now you just need it in moderation. Say 1 to 2 spoons a day, that's all. Now when I come to vitamins and minerals, you need to load up on these things. You need to load up on fruits and vegetables. That should be your go-to thing, because they're full of antioxidants. Antioxidants are very important for both you, your body, and even your baby's development. So these 5 groups are very important. Cut, in a short way, I will say, please eat a balanced Indian diet. Do not load up on ghee or paranthas or refined food. Eat healthy food and do not eat extra. Now, don't eat extra, what do I mean by that? So a lot of people think that we have to eat for 2 when we're pregnant, but that's not true. In the first trimester, the nausea is so bad, and the first trimester the baby is less than a pea size, so you actually don't need any extra calories than what you're eating. In the second trimester, you need around 300 calories extra, which is just like around 2 cups of milk. That's it. And in the third trimester, probably another 550 calories, which is like a huge sandwich and a soup. So, it's not much. So please do not eat extra. You don't need to eat for 2. So if you really want to have a healthy weight gain during pregnancy, please don't eat for 2. Only eat healthy, avoid junk food, and keep in mind that you don't need to eat that many extra calories. Okay, you don't need to eat like 5 laddus a day. You can just eat 1 laddu and that will be okay for you. Now these are the food groups. Now some vitamins that I need to discuss. That iron is very important for pregnant women. Folic acid is very important. Calcium, vitamin D. These are very, very important, and omega-3. So for iron, you need to load up on green vegetables like spinach, methi, and all others that are seasonal at that point of time. You get iron from legumes, kidney beans, rajma, chola, robia, chana, all of these. Then from lean meat also you get a lot of iron. The doctors usually give an iron supplement also. So now folic acid you will get from, again, green vegetables. Oranges are rich in folic acid. Good is very good for that. Good is extremely rich in folic acid. Then again, lobia is rich in folic acid. Then calcium, you need around 1000 mg of calcium. All gynaes give a calcium supplement. So, but still you can increase your intake. You can have all kinds of dairy food, cheese, paneer, doodh, dahi, everything. Then comes vitamin D. So vitamin D is very important because it helps in building the baby's bones, and Indians are anyways deficient in that. So what you need to do is you can have egg yolks. Egg yolks are rich in that. Nuts, all kinds of nuts and seeds are rich in that. Omega-3 is another important enzyme that you need, which your body doesn't produce. So omega-3 you can find in walnuts, and you can have again these seeds, or an omega-3 supplement, depending if your gynae allows it. So these were the foods that you should eat. I used to have like fruits every day, and my proper khana, and around 15 badam and 4 walnuts. That was like my go-to. Then please drink at least 5 to 6 liters of water, because you need a lot of hydration. And usually gynaes say you can have around 5-6 liters of liquids, but no, I would say have at least 4 liters of water, and bar all the charge and everything separately. Now what foods not to eat? So you should not eat papaya, pineapple, grapes, because these can lead to a miscarriage. Then you should not eat any raw fish, raw yolks. Like, don't eat the sunny side egg, because the yolk is raw there. Don't eat raw vegetables. Cook them. Whatever you eat, cook them. The only thing raw you can eat is fruits. Then don't consume alcohol. It's not good for the baby's brain development. So these were some of the food groups that you should avoid. We do get a lot of nausea in pregnancy, so avoid foods that are heavy on masala. Or another thing you can do is eat smaller meals. Don't load up on bigger meals. Like, my nausea was so bad. So one day I tried a lot of things. Someone told me to have namkeen biscuit in the morning or something, but it didn't work. So one day I was not feeling well and I had glucose the moment I woke up in a glass of water, and that was the trick for me. So Glucon-D in a glass of water on waking up got all my nausea off. So that was the big thing for me. This was all in your diet. Now for your workout, I think you should be very active during pregnancy. I was working out all 9 months, even on the last day, the day I delivered. If you are not if you're not an exerciser, please walk every day for an hour. It's very important for you. You will feel less aches and pains here and there, and you'll be more active. Your backache will reduce. And if you're already exercising, please come down to your weights. Reduce your weight level. I only stuck till 2 kg of dumbbells during my pregnancy, and no jumping exercises. All other exercises I was doing. I was also doing yoga, Surya Namaskar every day, 12 rounds. Then please walk. I used to exercise in the morning and I used to walk in the evening, because I was so active and I didn't have anything to do, frankly. So that's there. And do meditation, listen to nice music, and just keep yourself happy, I would say. Do whatever you like. Sleep a lot, because you're not going to get any sleep from the day you deliver. So please sleep as much as you can. And the last thing I would like to tell you is about planning for your baby. So a lot of new moms miss on this step. They're so involved in eating right and developing, making things right for their baby who's in their womb right now, that they don't understand the importance of planning when the baby arrives. Please, around 1 month before your delivery date, you should pack your bags. 2 or 3 months before that, like as soon as you're midway the second trimester, please start buying things for your baby. Start researching things of what you want, what you don't want. We think that once the baby is here, then we'll think whether you want to buy a stroller or a crib, but it doesn't work like that. You will not have the time, and you will end up buying any thing that's available first thing in front of you. So now when I'm a mom and I get questions from moms, I know that people say that now my baby is not taking a bottle, I have to resume work. My baby is not sleeping in a crib, what should I do? My baby only wants to sleep on my lap. My baby doesn't sit in a rocker or a bouncer. So all this requires planning. You need to sit out with your husband and plan how you want to bring up your baby. So if you want to, make your baby sleep in a crib, that has to be done from day one. You can't start 6 months later and then suddenly expect there's some magic to happen. Same goes with bottle. If you know you're going to be starting a bottle sooner or later, say you're going to resume work, so after 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding, it will obviously be difficult for a baby to accept a bottle. So introduce a bottle from day one. If you don't want to give formula, give your express breast milk in the bottle just for the baby to get used to the nipple. So you need to plan all of this, that what do you actually need for your baby and what do you want. So please plan the kind of environment that you want to give your baby. If you want her to sit in a rocker, buy a rocker from day one. If you want her to sit in a pram, buy a pram earlier and get her into a habit. So I think that's my 2 cents on how to have a healthy pregnancy. All in all, please eat well, avoid junk food, no Maggi, no Chinese, it has a lot of MSG, and just be happy and enjoy these days, because they are your solo days which are never gonna come back. Thank you. Bye bye.